are very excited to have all the digital media and bloggers here to talk about the launch of Levi's Curve ID jeans. So some of you may know that 75 years ago we introduced the first women's jean. And since 75 years have passed, nobody has really revolutionized how women buy jeans. When you think about it, you bought by rise, you buy by leg opening. So there's never been something that really revolutionizes how you buy jeans until Levi's Curve ID. Levi's Curve ID is all about shape, not size. When you think about any size, we all could be the same size but all have different shapes. So our system has really been developed based on body type and body shape. We did research across the globe. This is a global fit system, so you'll find this fit system anywhere from Shanghai to Sweden to the Philippines. So it's a global system. We traveled around the world talking to women to really try to understand what it is that are your issues with jeans. And what we heard was next to bathing suits and bras, trying to find a jean is a real pain. So this new system will hopefully alleviate some of those issues and challenges that you all have with buying jeans. In our research, we discovered that there's only 28% of women who actually think there are jeans that fit their body type. That's pretty pathetic, only 28%. So there's a big portion that we can make up there and make sure that you find the jean that's right for you. So how we've developed these fits, we've looked at 60,000 3D body scans of women around the world. So we analyzed them. It took us 18 months to really look at women's bodies and really try to identify what the different shapes were around the world. We've been able to identify 3 basic shapes: the slight curve, which you see here on Carol, the demi-curve on Christy, and the bold curve on Jackie. The way that we've developed the fits, if you think about where a jean needs to fit absolutely perfect on your body, it's the position right in here between your high hip and your seat. That's a very important point. If it doesn't fit there, you're never going to be happy with how the jean fits you. So the system is built on what we call the differential between the high hip and the seat that gives you your Curve ID. So ladies, if you could all wait this way, please. So all these ladies are all size 27. So if you see Carol slight curve is built for somebody with a slighter curve and a little bit slimmer through the thigh and seat. Christy, as you can see, a little bit fuller through the seat, starting to have a bit more shape in terms of proportions. And Jackie, starting to be even more curvy. So this is critical. All 3 of these ladies are size 27, but they're all different shapes. So when you think about how you bought jeans in the past, most manufacturers usually have only what we call one top lock, which is this portion of the jean here. So when you go in, you find the brand you like, you're not going to be able to find different fits because most manufacturers use one top lock. What makes this system so unique, it's like getting a custom fit right off the rack, because each one of these fits also comes in 3 different leg styles. So you can get a bold curve in skinny, you can get a demi-curve in skinny, and you can get a slight curve in skinny. You can get them in a straight leg and also a skinny boot. So you really are able to buy your perfect fit on the top and then get the style that you want. Turn it to the back, please. So these jeans have been engineered down to the details in terms of the pocket size and placement that are created specially to enhance the derriere. So they're perfectly proportioned and sized so that they really flatter all the details, the stitching, and the styling of it and the fits and fabrics and finishes all deliver a great looking fit. So to prove our point, we're going to have the ladies do a little switcheroo. So ladies, if you could step down for a moment. We're going to have them switch the jeans around so you can really see what the difference is. So we have Jackie, who is now in the slight curve. So Jackie, can you turn around for us? So Jackie's got lots of problems back here. She doesn't have enough coverage. Yep. And we have Christy in the bold, and this is way too tight. And Christy doesn't have much of a muffin top, but oh my, there's a little bit here because it's too tight. Jackie has a much smaller waist, so you don't get that gap with the bold curve. And this is the demi curve on our slight girl, and you can see that it's starting to get too loose and not right here. So they're really custom jeans, really right off the rack. We will be introducing a fourth body type called the Supreme Curve, and that's for even curvier girls. So if any of you here today were trying on the bold and it didn't quite work for you, your fit's coming. That will be coming in the next few months, and that's called the Supreme Curve. So as you see, our fit system really revolutionizes how women buy jeans. You buy by body type and then by style, meaning the leg opening. And it really gives you a wonderful custom fit. So for those of you who have not been measured, let me just demonstrate how this works. So, see, you can just bend, please, to the side. So we find Christy's natural waist. And this is the natural waist. A lot of people don't really know where their waist is. This is the natural waist, and this is the low hip. So how this works is we find the natural waist, then we measure 4 inches down where she would wear her jean. This is called the high hip. Okay? Then you measure at 8 inches down. And 8 inches down is the seat measurement, the fullest part of the body. The difference between these two measurements is called the differential, and that's your curve ID. So the greater the measurement, the curvier you are. The smaller the difference between these two measurements, the straighter you are. And that's what defines your curve ID. All right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a chance to get